Is your team winning in Week 14 of the 2025 NFL season? I think I have the answer, so let's go ahead and dive on into my Week 14 predictions. Before we do, real quick, diving into our standings over here on the season. My dad is in the lead right now at 131, 62-1. I am 7 games behind him with 124 correct. Grok is 2 games behind me. ChatGPT 1 game behind him. And my way too early predictions, forget about it. They suck. Also, real quick, before we get into these predictions, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to win this week and who's going to be the biggest upset. I respond to all the comments I get, so keep me honest down there. Alright, so leading things off here with the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. The Lions have been struggling, the Cowboys have been up, and this week I just want to get right to the heart of the matter. So, for predictions here, I got the Lions. My original predictions has the Lions. My dad's got the Lions, ChatGPT has the Lions, and Grok has the Lions as well. Moving on now to the Atlanta Falcons hosting the Seattle Seahawks. This game should be a fun one here. The Falcons trying to fight for their playoff lives. The Seahawks just trying to win the West. But across the board, I got the Seahawks. My original predictions as the Falcons. My dad has the Seahawks. ChatGPT has the Seahawks. And Grok has the Seahawks. Now we got the Buffalo Bills hosting the Cincinnati Bengals in what should be a very good game, even though it got booted from the 4 p.m. time slot. The Bills just getting a big win over the Steelers. The Bengals fighting for their playoff lives. They have a realistic shot. Just everything needs to go right for them, and they need to win out. This is a must-win for Cincinnati, but I do think the Bills get the win. I feel like they're the stronger team right now. My original predictions has the Bills. My dad has the Bengals. ChatGPT has the Bills, and Grok has the Buffalo frickin' Bills. Now we're going to the Tennessee Titans hosting the Cleveland Browns up in the Lake Erie shoreline up there. This should be another fun one here. Shedeur Sanders really making his mark known in Cleveland. Cam Ward's rookie season, not necessarily the greatest, but it could have been worse. It could very well have been worse for this team, but I do think the Browns are the better team. They're a defensive monster, and the offense can be hit or miss. Tennessee just doesn't really have too many bright spots for them, so I'm taking the Browns. My week too early predictions, though, has the Titans. My dad has the Browns, ChatGPT has the Browns, and Grok has the Cleveland Browns. Moving on now to the Washington Commanders taking a trip to the Great White North to Minneapolis, Minnesota to take on the Vikings. This is a tank bowl in and of itself. It is the world's biggest tank bowl here between these two teams that were both playoff teams last year, mind you, including the Commanders going to the NFC Championship game. Everything just went sideways for them this year, but I do believe they get it back on track. The Vikings have not been a great team. They really just have a little bit of struggles at the quarterback position, no matter who it is under center. Mariota had himself a really good week last week, and he has been in a good relief position for Jaden Daniels, so I am taking the Washington Commanders. My week early predictions has the Vikings. My dad has the Vikings. ChatGPT has the Vikings. And Grok has the Vikings as well. Moving on now, going to New York, where the Jets are hosting the Dolphins. This should be a fun one here. The Jets have been having some bright spots as of late. The Dolphins really starting to get into it, and I'm probably a fool for doing this, but this game has a Jets upset written all over it for me, so I am taking the New York Jets. Everybody else is being more sensible, though. My weekly predictions has the Dolphins, my dad has the Dolphins, ChatGPT has the Dolphins, and Grok has the Dolphins too. Now we got the New Orleans Saints going to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. This is going to be a big one for Tampa Bay. If they don't win this game, they risk forfeiting the division to Carolina, which, you know, Carolina, they are a pretty solid team, don't get me wrong. But the Buccaneers, this was their division to lose at the beginning of the season, and they have done everything they can to try and lose it. But it is the Saints. I don't really have too many high hopes for them, so I am taking the Buccaneers. My weekly predictions has the Buccaneers. My dad has the Buccaneers. ChatGPT has the Bucks, and Grok has the Bucks as well. Moving on now to Jacksonville, Florida, where the Jaguars are playing host to the Indianapolis Colts for sole lead division of the AFC South. The winner of this is going to solely host the AFC South after this week. A big game on both fronts. Believe me, I know big games. And that being said, though, the Colts have been on a bit of a downtrend. The Jags have been getting it going, though. So that being said, I am going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars to take a big win here. A big upset, actually. My weekly predictions has the Colts. My dad has the Colts. ChatGPT has the Jaguars, but Grok goes with the Indianapolis Colts. Now we got the last game of the 1 p.m. slate here. The Pittsburgh Mother-Lovin' Steelers going to Baltimore, not hosting the Ravens, but going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens in a big must-win. Whoever wins this game is going to have sole possession of the AFC North, and the Steelers need it more so than ever because the Ravens have the tiebreaker over the Steelers as it stands right now. So a loss would do a pretty big damper on hurting their division chances. Granted, with all the schedules playing out the way they are, the Steelers still have a shot with a loss, but a loss would hurt those chances. Going into the predictions here, I got the Steelers. My Waits Really predictions has the Steelers. My dad has the Ravens, ChatGPT has the Ravens, and Grok has the Ravens as well. The 4 o'clock window we go here with the Denver Broncos going to Las Vegas to gamble their season away against the Raiders. This is going to be a big one as the Broncos are somehow still in contention for the top seed. They are the biggest frauds on my watch. They're the team that is going to go maybe to the AFC Championship game and lay an egg just like the Commanders did last year. But this time we can see it coming because they are not convincing in their wins in the slightest. I liken them to the Eagles of this year, the Chiefs of last year. They're not winning their games convincingly. They're so up and down, it's not even funny. But that being said, it is the Raiders, so I am taking the Broncos. My Waits Really predictions has the Raiders. My dad has the Broncos. ChatGPT has the Broncos, and Grok has the Broncos as well. Moving on now to Fox's Game of the Week. The Chicago Bears going to Lambeau, going to Lambeau to take on the Packers. This is a huge game. Go Pack, go baby. We want to see the Packers win this week and take down the Bears because this is also a battle for the number 1 seed. The Bears currently possess the number 1 seed by tiebreaker over the Rams, but a loss would hurt their chances significantly, especially if the Rams pick up a win this week over the Cardinals. The Packers, meanwhile, trying to get back into that division race, and a win would do wonders for that as well. Going into the predictions, I got the Green Bay Packers. My Waits Really predictions has the Packers. My dad has the Packers. ChatGPT, though, has the Bears. And Grok has the Packers as well. Go Pack, go, baby. Moving on now to the last of the 4 o'clock games. The Los Angeles Rams, baby. Going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Let's go ahead and see the Rams get this win here. The Cardinals, they're eliminated. Not looking great in the slightest. The Rams having a big upset last week against Carolina. That one, I figured Carolina would cover the spread, but man, winning the game when being 10-point underdogs is just insane. That being said, though, the Rams are going to be a bit feisty. They have a chance to beat up on a divisional foe. This game has Rams written all over it for me, so I have the Los Angeles Rams. My Waits Really predictions, though, has the Arizona Cardinals. My dad has the Rams, ChatGPT has the Rams, and Grok has the Rams as well. All right, and now we go on to Sunday Night Football between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a huge game for both teams, as they are both on the outside looking into the playoffs right now. The Chiefs not really looking to win the West because the Broncos are running away with that, but still trying to stay alive in the wild card hunt. The Texans, on the other hand, even with a win this week, they will still be 1 game back of the division lead because the Jags are playing the Colts this week, but a win would be a big help for them to both have a shot at the wild card spot and having a shot at winning the AFC South. That being said, for these predictions, I got the Texans. My Waits Really predictions has the Texans. My dad's got the Chiefs. ChatGPT has the Chiefs, and Grok has the Chiefs as well, going with the Red Kingdom. Now, before we get into this last game that we're going to be predicting, if you feel free to stick around after this prediction because I'm going to go through my live streaming schedule for this week, for the week of the 3rd through the 9th. So if you want to know when I'll be live doing some live play-by-play for hockey, NFL, college, whatever, feel free to stick around there. But let's go ahead and get on into the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday Night Football. A huge game on both fronts. The Chargers, they're pretty much in the race right now for the playoffs. Still 2 games out of the division. I don't think they win it at this point, but a win would help them. The Eagles, on the other hand, fighting for that top seed and still fighting for the division. The Cowboys are screaming up there in the standings right now, and the Eagles cannot afford to let another game slip. That being said, though, the Eagles have been looking a bit sketchy, so a Chargers win would not surprise me, as the Eagles are 2.5-point favorites entering this one. But I am going to take the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. My Waits Really predictions has the Chargers. My dad has the Eagles. ChatGPT has the Eagles. And Grok has the Eagles as well. Alright, so I teased this before we did Monday Night Football, but here is the official streaming schedule. I both posted it on the Discord server, which we have linked down in the description, by the way, if you want to join it. Also, I did post it on the community tab, but this is the streaming schedule this week. Last night, we did the Mammoth at the Ducks. Tonight, it's actually not at 9:30. It's going to be beginning actually around 8:20. We're going to be going live for the entire Cowboys-Lions game. Then we got the Big 12 Championship on Saturday at noon between BYU and Texas Tech. We got a triple header on Sunday. Steelers at Ravens at 1. Stars hosting the Penguins at 6. And the Chiefs hosting the Texans at 8:30. And then again on Monday, we're back at it again with the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Alright, well that is going to do it for me today, but before I do leave this video, I want to just take a minute to say a huge shout out to all yins. I mean, honestly, I have been blown away watching the analytics on that Panthers vs. Rams stream. It has been crazy. Huge shout out. I'm blessed to have you guys checking in, watching the videos, watching the VODs, all that stuff. It is honestly, it's a blessing, man. The channel has grown incredibly over the last couple days, and man, this is not possible without you guys. I'd just be here, a guy calling sports in his basement. Either way, if anyone's here or not, but just having people along for the ride makes it that much better. So man, I am forever grateful to you guys. I hope you guys check us out tonight for the Cowboys vs. Lions stream, and with that, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out and have a good one.